live on Thanksgiving Day. And I had plans kind of to go live today and just chat about Thanksgiving and what it's meant to me and kind of what it's become. And I'm down in Oceanside, California. My plan was to park down where I used to live and kind of show you around that area and tell you a story about my first Thanksgiving here and all of that. And then I forgot that this is yeah, Thanksgiving morning, which is the Oceanside Turkey Trot, which is everybody comes down here for Thanksgiving morning. And I forgot about that because living down here, it was just part of the thing and just people were here. And I didn't have to actually come here. So totally forgot. So I parked a little ways away and we're just going to walk and talk and just kind of spend a Thanksgiving together. So if you're ready for this, I'm just going to get out of the car. I have my camera with me. It's been one of those mornings. Like I went to the grocery store this morning, and somehow the stuff that I was carrying left like a bunch of like red cherry on my shirt. I didn't even buy anything with red cherry in it, and then I tried to clean that off, and I spilled all over my pants. So one of those mornings. That's okay. So we're just gonna walk. I'm in South Oceanside right now, and I have my wallet and my keys. Yes, and my camera. I always travel with my camera because I never know what I'm going to see, what I'm going to take pictures of. So this is South Oceanside, California. I lived not too far from here. I just want to show you this street because this is one of my favorite streets, especially for photography. But look at this street, especially at a really cool sunset. It's like so vintage Southern California. And you can see we've got some marine layer, some fog this morning. Pretty cool. Kind of a chilly November morning. You never know what you're going to get on Thanksgiving in San Diego County. I mean, it can be sunny and 80 degrees. It can be cloudy and 50 degrees. Just don't know. So, kind of what I'm thinking here is like for me, Thanksgiving used to like be like a really, really important family event. Everybody would get together and you know how it is, just spend the day together. And I moved to California, I don't know, 6 years ago, and got divorced, and things started to change after that. And I didn't have family down in California. And when I first, got separated and divorced, I didn't have a lot of friends down here either. The little community where I lived really turned into my family. And we would spend parts of Thanksgiving together sometimes. And sometimes I would just spend it all alone. And kind of that's been my thing for the last, I don't know, the last 4 years or so is Thanksgiving by myself. And it's actually been really nice. Been super, super nice. So I have thoughts. We're going to get into that here. I might end up just staying live for a long time. I don't know. It just kind of depends on how long this walk goes. So I do have some places that I'd like to show. So hopefully I can show you some of those places, just depending on what the turkey trot race looks like, and hopefully I can get to where I want to go. But what do you think about Thanksgiving? Like, do you spend it by yourself? Do you have family and friends that you like to hang out with and spend it with? Do you celebrate it at all? If you're not in the United States, obviously, probably not all that important. And it's really, I don't know, just my perspective on what a holiday is and what it means has changed a lot over the last few years. So certain um, traditions and customs have just kind of lost some importance to me. Like, I don't know, if I don't have a turkey dinner on Thanksgiving, I'm okay with that. I mean, like, whatever, right? But
it's always a good reminder to really pause and be thankful. That's always a good thing. I think that's not necessarily a once a year thing. It's probably a daily thing, but it's a good reminder on a day like this. Also, a good time to express my thanks and gratitude to you for watching this channel and being a part of all this. This is a ton of fun, and it's really, we're still small over here, but it's growing and getting some really engaging comments from you that really make me think, and it really means a lot to me that you spend some time to watch the videos and to engage with them and interact and just kind of let me know where you're at, what you're thinking. It's certainly helpful. It's helpful for me, and it feels really good. And hopefully, we can build a little community here. But I was just thinking, if you don't have plans for Thanksgiving, if you just want to hang out on this live stream or watch it later and just have some company and just see some beautiful sights, birds. We're going to go down to the beach, hang out there for a little bit, and show you where I used to live. And I just had such a really cool experience on my first Thanksgiving here. It was really magical because I moved in. This will be, I don't know, I moved into that place in 2020, so I guess this would be the fourth Thanksgiving. I spent just about 4 years down in my place, so this would be the fourth Thanksgiving, and the first one was it was so cool because I was like living directly on the beach, and I just thought that was the coolest thing. And I was feeling lonely because it was my first Thanksgiving alone, and I was feeling a little bit of self pity, and just I don't know, just kind of feeling sorry for myself a little bit, I guess. But I wandered, just walked the Strand. The Strand is the name of the street that borders the ocean here in Oceanside, and I just was walking that street, just really in awe of where I got to live. I got this little apartment, and I was just so incredibly grateful to be able to be there. Hope the wind noise is okay here. Um, this is kind of a cool street. This is Cassidy Street. Got a really neat bridge. It leads right to the water here. So we're gonna walk down Cassidy here. Sometimes I sort of feel a little uncomfortable around people, so I might go quiet if there's people nearby, because it's just still kind of weird for me to jump on and feel like I'm talking to myself, even though I know it's not just talking to myself, but it still feels a little weird. We're getting used to this whole live thing. But I like this street. I'm gonna turn the camera around in a minute and show you. Hey guys. It's such a beautiful day. Here, I'm going to turn this camera around so you can just kind of see across the railroad tracks here. Trains. There's this little bridge. Oh, look at that. That's cool. I don't remember seeing that last time I was here. This is another really great spot for photography, especially at sunset, or to stand on top of that bridge and get some long exposure photography of the traffic going underneath it. Pretty cool. This is just beautiful. You're gonna like this. Look at this spot. It's just so beautiful. I love it. There's our ocean. Love it. This is a really nice walk to take. Might just leave it this way for a minute so you can see all this beauty instead of my big old weird face. I'm also trying a microphone, a lapel mic. I sure hope the noise is acceptable. I can't really hear it on the live stream here, so hopefully you can hear me talking. What a great place to be. My house was, I don't know, it might be another mile or so, and just right down on the water. I'll show it to you if we're still live then. I plan on just staying live just the whole time I'm walking down here. So feel free to skip or fast forward if you're watching the replay of this. But I just wanted to take some time and just kind of be, on Thanksgiving Day, and just give you something also if you are spending the day alone, or even another day, another holiday, or any other day. You just want to feel like you have somebody with you, just walking with you, talking with you, telling you some life stories. It's kind of what this is about today. Okay, so back to my first Thanksgiving. Turn this around again. Back to my first Thanksgiving here. So I'd mentioned that I had moved in earlier that summer, I guess, and Thanksgiving came, and I was feeling pretty down and lonely, and just kind of self-pity, and I don't know. I was both excited to have this time to myself and also terribly afraid because I didn't ever have time to myself, especially on a major American holiday. It was very, very difficult for me to spend the time by myself. But I embraced it, and I went for a walk that day, and I went and sat on this little table on the sand. I'll show it to you. I do want to just go sit there today, all this time later, with all the new reflections I have. And I sat on that table, and eventually these, I don't know, I call them younger people. They're probably in their late 20s or 30s, even, I don't know. But two guys and a girl, and they came to the table next to me and didn't say anything to each other, but they were happy, and they were just kind of doing their thing. And eventually they got down to their swimsuits. It was a cold day. It was one of those definitely colder days than what today is. And they got down to their swimsuits and ran into the water. And it was so cold. And they splashed around the water for a little bit and then came back, and they were drying off. And at that point, we started a conversation. And I was like, "Hey, how was the water?" And they're like, "Oh, it's so cold." And And so that just kind of opened a conversation, and we started talking about where they're from, and they were staying at their uncle's condo, who typically would rent it out for, the holidays and kind of a short rental thing. And this was like prime COVID time, November 2020, and the uncle didn't have it rented out, so he gave it to his nephews. One nephew from New York, one nephew from Chicago, and the one, I don't remember. I get them all mixed around. I don't remember who was who here. Hello, but one of them had his girlfriend there. The other one had just been through a breakup that devastated him. And so they came to Oceanside to spend the week, to spend Thanksgiving, and just spend the time together as their little family. And I didn't know all that at this point, but we're just having a little small talk. And I'm telling them, like, oh, I'm just newly divorced, and this is my first Thanksgiving by myself, and I just moved in here. And so I'm just kind of spending the time alone, I guess, and not really sure what I was going to do that day. And I don't know, it was just a little conversation like that. And we parted ways. I stayed at the table. They left. I don't know, 10 minutes go by. And one of the guys comes back and he's like, would you like to come have Thanksgiving dinner with us? And typically, the version of me up until that moment of time, I think, would have said, no, I'm not interested. Thank you, though. But no, I don't know, I didn't embrace time with strangers like that. But something in me said, hey, your life's different now. Say yes. And I did. I said, you know what? Yeah, I'd love to. And so they said, okay, whatever, 5 o'clock, come on by. Here's the condo number. And what do you know? I did. I went back that day and spent my first Thanksgiving living on the ocean with these strangers. And he was so great because we just sat out on the patio, little balcony, and we just spent the evening together, just eating the traditional food and getting to know each other and laughing. And the guy who had just gone through the breakup he was having a really hard time, so he would go between like crying and laughing and just telling our stories. And I told him part of my story, and he told me part of his. Hello, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. And it was one of the most memorable and beautiful Thanksgiving I'd had, and with complete strangers. So that all happened here in Oceanside. That was really my introduction to this little city. And man, it sure felt good. So I want to show you kind of that spot, just show you my beach, and just hang out a little bit as we walk. This is Pacific Street. And this side of town, it's harder to get down to the beach because these are beachfront houses. Most of them are vacation rentals now. Pretty nice little properties to own, though. So this is my goal. I want to get back to living on the water here in Oceanside or somewhere in this general area. Because I tell you what, for me, waking up and falling asleep to the ocean waves, seeing the sunsets and the storms, like everything that comes with being oceanfront, really got into my soul. And it was hard. It's hard to not be there. Look at this little spot. This is a very cool little spot here. Look at this. It might be hard to hear. I'm sorry. Let's walk down this way. There's just these kind of hidden little beach entrances Some are only accessible at low tide. Like this one. But my happy place. Look at this. Look at these stairs. How cool is that? That's all right. That's so cool. That's so cool. That might be worth a photo. I'm going to take a picture of that. Distance, I don't know if you can see it, is the Oceanside Pier. That's the direction that I'm going. I moved out of that place in May of this year, 2024, and in April, the end of the pier burned down. It was very significant. I'll tell you that story. Maybe that's another video in itself. But that pier was kind of a rebirth place for me, and to watch it go up in flames was very, very symbolic. I'll tell you that story. Maybe not right now, but all right. Let's head back up this way. The audio might be a little better. Oh, I want to take a picture of that, those stairs. See if I can do it with one hand here. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. All right. I don't know. I don't know how to do my live settings. I don't know if we're actually live or if we're unlisted. I don't know. But if it's unlisted, we'll just make this live in public when it's done. But anyway, Thanksgiving Day, and I just wanted to spend some time walking around the city I lived in for 4 years. Kind of grew into who I am here, and had a lot of realizations about life in this place, and especially spending a day like today by myself and really getting to know me and really understanding that it's okay to spend important days by yourself, and whether it's a recognized holiday or just a random day, it all helps define who we are as people. And this place is super special to me. Look at this. Here's another one. Let's go down here maybe. Look at this. Another one of those just little kind of hidden beach entrances in Oceanside. Today is the day of the Oceanside Turkey Trot and Thanksgiving Day. So getting down to where I used to live is a little bit of a challenge right now, but I'll get there. I know, looking at the ocean is way better, but so let me know. Does Thanksgiving mean, like, is it special to you? Do you have special traditions that you like to do? Like, there was a time in my life when traditions were super important to me. It's like, oh, but we always do this, so we always have to. Well, it's fun for a while. Eventually, it's like, wait, why do we do what we do? Sometimes we've got to ask that question. And sometimes new traditions or new experiences help us grow. And I've certainly experienced that. These places, I love that. Not cool. It's so cool. So what we're doing today again is just having a Thanksgiving Day walk. Share some thoughts as they come. Show you some of the beauty of this area as we see it, and kind of just take some time to spend some time together, even if it's just through a YouTube live, because I don't know, it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice just knowing that you are out there, and then I'm here for you. And if you are having a time of just feeling lonely or sad, I know holidays alone can be very difficult. Look at this one. But whether you're spending this day alone or you're surrounded by family and friends, all are beautiful. Or if you're just spending the day somewhere that is special to you by yourself, that's also beautiful. That's what I'm doing today. Reminiscing a little bit and just spending some time in the place that really helped me identify myself and really get to know who I am as a human being. A lot of that happened in this area, and I want to share that with you. So good. I love it here. Great for photography, of course, which is what I do when I'm not doing this. We're on Pacific Avenue in Oceanside, California, coming up to the area known as the Strand. Well, we got a little bit of ways to go yet still, but getting closer. I've mentioned earlier, but I parked a ways away because today is the Oceanside Turkey Trot, the annual Thanksgiving Day 5K, and it gets slammed down here. And I totally forgot. I was like, oh, I'll just come down to Oceanside Thanksgiving morning and have a chill, quiet morning to myself. And I forgot. There's nothing chill and quiet about it down here on Thanksgiving morning. But that's also what made it super cool. Because when I lived here, the trot just went right by my place on the Strand there. And to just wake up and just see all the people just, I don't know, their costumes, and they're laughing and they're having fun. And some of them taken super serious, of course. That's cool. But what a fun time. What a fun place to be. And I do want to show you my place too, because it's like that little house, little apartment complex just attracted the coolest tribe of people. And some people would just kind of come and go, others stayed a little longer. Um, but I met some of the greatest people in that space. And some I've lost touch with, some I'm still super close with. Here's another. This is Oceanside Boulevard. This is where Oceanside Boulevard ends at the ocean. Another great spot for photography, another great spot to come hang out, great spot for family photos. Really cool looking spot right here. I like this one. So continuing down Pacific Street. When I first moved here, and I still feel like this, but just seeing palm trees and blue skies, there's just something magical about that. and especially on Thanksgiving Day. You know, I grew up in a place where Thanksgiving Day was often snowy and cold and gray, and, and to have, I mean, this riding a bike in a bikini on Thanksgiving Day. I mean, like that's how life should be, right? Just how life should be. I love it. We're getting down to the area where it's going to get a bit busier. But then once afternoon comes and everybody kind of retreats to their house, this place is it's just silent, and I like that. I might stick around all day down here and just experience the busyness of right now, and then the calm and quiet that is to come later, because that's where some of the greatest reflections for me happen, when the crowds are gone and it's just me and the ocean. And I do sometimes let my thoughts go, like Thanksgivings of the past, and it's hard sometimes. This spot, but then I remember who I am. I remember how far I've come, and I get happy again. And I just think of the amazing people in my life currently. I don't have any family down here in Southern California, but I do have, you know, those people you call your chosen family, people you want in your life because they make you feel good. I'm grateful to have some of those people in my life. I probably could have parked a little closer, but it's good to walk and talk and just kind of re-experience some of these places again. Spent a lot of time. I would walk 4 or 5 miles every day when I lived here, and this was one of my routes. I met some of the most amazing people down here, people that I'm grateful to call friends still. You know, maybe I'll stay alive until my battery dies. I don't know how long that's gonna be. I don't know how fully charged I was here. There's another one of these just beach entrances. Oh man, you just breathe better at the ocean, you know? Something about it. The sound and the air. It's just so peaceful. I just love those crashing waves. I remember sitting here and just thinking about how far those waves came to get here and crash on the beach in front of me. Like, this is the Pacific Ocean. I mean, the next landmass out there is what, Australia? I mean, it's just amazing to me. And then that just makes my mind wander, think about the journey of the water and how far it went, and that these waves have been crashing like this for millions, hundreds of millions of years. And here we are. Our existence is a blip. Our problems are a blip. And these waves just keep going, no matter what. And I found a lot of inspiration in that. And I think that's part of the reason why the ocean feels so good to me. It reminds me of that. No matter what we face in our lives, we're a blip here. We might as well look at the positive and enjoy every second we get. That little place is for sale. I like that place. Another one. Every few blocks is a nice little entrance to the water. face again. Hey guys, happy Thanksgiving. How are you? Doing well. I like that people say hi to each other here. There's always good people out here. And I'll tell you what, like living here, you have every type of person and personality from all around the world. All different ethnicities of people are here. That's something that I didn't get when I was growing up in the little town of Spokane, Washington. Didn't really have that. And being here and just being surrounded by just this melting pot of the world, it just makes me happy. It feels really good to have so many types of people here, and we're all together, and we're all figuring out life together. And it really feels good to have that perspective. Um, I'm not a big TV watcher. I've never even seen this show, but there's a show called, I'm gonna screw it up. I don't even know what it's called. Animal something. I don't know. You probably know what I'm talking about, but it was filmed here in Oceanside. They use this empty lot quite often, and that was cool when they did it, but completely shut down the the streets here for production. They'd have the big trucks out here. My parents came to visit me and stayed in that little place. Really nice, really nice. Okay, this is the Strand. I think I might stay up here on Pacific for right now because it's so loud down there, but it's prettier down there. Yeah, let's go down there and turn this around again. Looks like the turkey trot may be over already. Spend a lot of evenings with my friends who would bring down their cars for cruising in this parking lot here. We'd even barbecue out here and just chat until sunset. So for me, like this is Thanksgiving for me. Actually, God, I should post pictures of last Thanksgiving morning here because it was truly incredible. I have these amazing pictures. Just the sky did on Thanksgiving morning down here. Maybe I don't know how to post a picture and comment or anything. I'll see if I can figure that out. But this is going to be super loud. It's a bit breezy. But this is walking the Strand. I forgot that so we may end this sooner than I'd hoped, but I can come back on again. I get to my spot that I spent my first Thanksgiving at. Might be nice to stand there and just kind of reflect a little bit. But is there anything more peaceful? This is a beautiful way to spend Thanksgiving, at least for me, and to have you hang out with me. It's pretty cool too. So I hope that, first of all, I hope that this place has truly become home, and I miss it. I miss not being here every single day. Met some truly amazing people who live in the area, who did the same walk that I did every day. And I mean, you have places like this. It's obviously like